Hello John, I'm working on your motor, this oil pressure problem. I've got the camera sitting on top of your engine. I can't find anything wrong with it. It's driving me crazy. Okay, this is the oil pump that I took out. It's a Melling pump. Like I said, it's a really good pump. The only difference with it, and I thought it was a trick idea, it has a greater cavity in the bottom than the other style, which is just flat all the way across. And I had a look around my shop and I found a pump that I had, but it was this one here. It's a Melling. You see, I glued this on and used it on another motor, but the pickup is not the right sort for yours. So I took the pickup off of this pump, the housing, and put it on here. And inside here is where the relief spring is. And this is a screw that screws it down, and I got a heavy pressure spring in there. And there's a plunger that moves back and forth in here, and what it does, you can't really see it, but there's a plunger. It stops right here, and what happens is the spring is behind it. The pressure is felt in this area, goes in here, pushes the plunger back against the spring until the plunger comes all the way back to here, and there's a hole drilled through here which goes all the way through from here into the pickup tube. And so this is how the pressure is relieved. It's put back on the inside, so it goes round and round and round. And this one is held in with a pin. You can see it's got a purple spring in there, which is a different style, but it's a heavy one as well, and it's supposed to give 70 pounds of oil pressure. So I checked this, it wasn't stuck, it slid fine. The location is in the same distance for that one, so it goes all the way back. I put the spring in my vise over there, and I collapsed the spring into the plunger until it stopped, and it actually bottomed out, and so it didn't go into coil bind. And the plunger can come all the way back to here, and it's still about here somewhere when it's completely uncovered. So it's not like it comes back, hits it, and stops, and still covers it out. And the distances are the same. The distance from here to here, and from the plug to here, this distance here is the same. So there's really no difference except in this part here. And the pumps themselves, I have found that they will make 150 pounds of pressure if they're unrestricted with cold oil. So the pumps are very powerful. So when people think the pump's worn out, it's not, it's something else. So I took the pan off, you can see, had a look inside. I just don't see anything wrong with it, so I'll put it back together and put it back on the engine run stand and try again. What else was I going to show you? Yeah, the filter, this is a, what does it say? 100% no bypass. So that means that all the pressure goes through the motor and everything is filtered. That's why you have no bypass. And the oil that I use is the CMW Pro Series braking oil, and it definitely feels like a heavier weight oil. And so I think all these things stacked up. But the last motor I did, an LT1, basically exactly the same setup, the filter, the oil, and the pump, although it was a different brand, it was this one here, and it made 80 pounds. So I was happy with that. So all we can do is try again. So sorry about that, I got oil on my hands and hold the camera a little bit difficultly. This is my old shop. It's just, and half the motors are in here because the other half are all over at the other shop right now, which is about 1.5 miles, and they're much nicer. So I'll probably take the motor. I'm not sure exactly what I'll do with your motor yet. I may make it to shipping tomorrow. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, let me get back to work.